Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cape Rugby TV. Nice to have you along. Where, of course, on a weekly basis, we take a look at what's happening in the world of club rugby and, of course, the extensions thereof. Big thanks, of course, to our partners on board with us, Score Energy Drinks. You can win yourself a case of Score Energy Drinks during the course of the show. We're going to explain to you how to do that, so make sure you don't go away. And of course, that's all in relation to our Facebook competition. Coming up on the show tonight, we're going to catch up in a second or so with Dylan in November, Western Province rugby referee. They recently had a junior referees course where a number of juniors came through the ranks, and Dylan's on the line. He's going to tell us more about that in a second. And of course, the Western Province Rugby under-20s are doing really well. They had a fantastic outing against the Toyota Free State Cheetahs last week. They went up to Kimberley and came away with a big win. We go behind the scenes with the boys as we usually do. And of course, as you know, a lot of clubs are busy training at the moment. And also, of course, some clubs, in fact, also busy with some friendly fixtures. This week, we go down to Bellville. We'll get some of the players, including Coach Warren Isaacs. And our pick of the week match this weekend was Blue Jets up against Fora. We'll show you some of the highlights. And of course, as you know, a number of clubs have been talking about playing sevens rugby. So we'll have to find out from Western Province Rugby what is happening with sevens. And to tell us more about that, we're going to be speaking to Faisal Felton from Western Province Rugby to tell us what the sevens plans are, if there are any. So make sure you don't go away. But on the line with me now is Dylan November. Dylan is a Western Province Rugby referee. He's come through the ranks. He followed the same process of all the various courses. And last week it was the junior referees workshop held here in Bellville at the Young Krill Primary School. And just over 30 referees went through the ranks on Wednesday and Thursday, put through their paces. But on the line to tell us more about that now is Dylan November. Dylan, welcome to Cape Rugby TV. How are things there with you?
I'm good, JP. How are you?
Yeah, no, not too bad. Things are looking a little bit better. We, in the past, were saying to everybody one day at a time. But there's, of course, a bit of positivity blowing around in the sports circles. So I think everybody's smiling at the moment. But of course,
Yeah,
you guys are smiling. The referees are smiling. You're engaging with each other. You're active. You're talking, and it looks like you might have some games to blow soon.
yeah, JP. With COVID, it was actually tough. Where there was no games actually to that we could have done or left. But it's great to see that rugby is back. And then I think with COVID, everyone had a setback, but we bounced back and we just keep positive and stay healthy and just try and
Yeah.
keep fit. Referee must be fit also.
Was that an impact for you guys? I mean, if you look at a normal, if you look at a rugby player or a rugby coach, they're always expecting Saturday is going to be a game on. They know that they've got to get down to Tuesday, Thursday training and practice session because they've got to get ready for Saturday. And of course, along came COVID and the rug got pulled out from under everybody and people didn't have an opportunity to engage. But players and coaches normally think about it in that line. Were you guys in the same vein, like referees thinking, oh, there's no games, that electrical cord goes plugged out?
Yeah, JP, it's tough on our side also as referees because if there's no games, how do you keep referees motivated? How do you as a referee keep yourself motivated and say, look, there's no game on a Saturday. You get time to spend with your family and stuff, but now you need to train. But you need to get that mindset of what am I going to do to keep myself motivated?
Yeah.
Because you're setting yourself goals for the year, saying maybe I want to ref this game or that game, but you also need to stay positive in the sense of where you're working to, because we don't know when rugby will come back,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
when rugby comes back, then it's just the email that is going to be sent out, and you need to be fit.
You got to be
So
ready.
yeah, so that is also the thing of, but you're watching rugby on the TV and trying to keep motivated, with the laws changing and
So
stuff like
is that
that.
what you guys are doing? I mean, when the fans or the players are watching a game on a Saturday, mainly they'll be looking at tackles and scrums and jumping and running and scoring tries. When you guys are watching the game as a referee, are you watching the referee the whole time?
Yeah, JP, I said I told a lot of people when I became a referee, it's tough to watch rugby now because you're not watching the rugby anymore. You're watching what can you do as a ref. What would you do in that position if you were the ref? So it's tough to watch the rugby
Yeah.
game and enjoying the rugby, but now you're watching, okay, maybe that call or that call. But you set yourself in that position of maybe I would do that or that just to keep it fun.
Dylan, of course, last week was a big opportunity for the juniors to get involved. The Western Province Rugby Referee Society hosted the junior referees course at Jan Krill's school in Belleville. 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. You were one of the facilitators. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, JP. So this is a project that came a long way now, and it's good for the young people to get exposure, also become a referee. So many people has the ambition to they want to play rugby, and then there's no more time for them to play rugby anymore, or they get injured or something like that. And then referee is also a way of staying close to the game. I think this was a good opportunity for a lot of kids to just get there, get to know what is the referee's job. And there was a total of 32 kids, where 7 girls and 25 boys. And this course, entails the theory of the laws, what is a ruck, what is a maul, what is a line out, when does a line out end, and all that type of stuff that the referee needs to know. The
Yeah,
basics. And you also, with player safety, you need to do box smart. I know it's a long process of sitting just watching the videos, but player safety comes first.
yeah.
And we as referees must ensure that player safety is comes first in the game.
So
And
did
then
the
we have,
juniors have to do all that? Did the juniors have to sit and watch videos
yeah,
and
they
look at
have to
how?
set. You lose them throughout the session of watching Boxmart, because you're sitting there watching the video, and it's not a nice thing, but you need to go through that
Yeah,
process.
yeah,
And it's a good exposure for them also to see what must you do if something like that happens on the field and you the referee. So we had practical session also, like role plays, where you put on a video and then you run through the foul play process
yeah.
of you are the referee and you are the AR. So you need to talk to the referee and say, what did you see on the screen? Because that is the way how we as referees also learn, not to just sit there and get information from the presenter in front and then just sit there, and you lose them, they look around, and it's not we make it fun for them.
So you, of course, started this yourself, coming through the ranks. You've done it all as well. You've sat in these courses. Are we going to now see? I mean, you've got some pretty young referees there. Are we going to see some of those referees get on the field and blow the odd game?
Yeah, JP. I think there's a lot of talent there, and you need to start somewhere in
Yeah,
every workplace, whatever. In rugby, you need to start somewhere. So that referees will now start with running touch at club games, or
right,
they would
right,
have
right.
this mini rugbies. But obviously, with school rugby now
Yeah,
ending, so it
yeah.
would be tough. So we just decided that we will involve them in like club games, just to run touch as a third or second team game, just to
Yes,
get them involved and to get the understanding of what you must do, where you must start.
yeah,
And the thing is also your positioning of how you must get involved in the game and stuff like that. So I think
yeah.
that is a good way of learning for them also.
Dylan, are we going to be seeing more referees courses for the juniors still in this year? I'm assuming you guys normally look for school holiday times to do those courses.
Yeah, JP, it is actually tough with the school holidays. It's with the school adjusting now with
Yeah,
COVID and stuff, so it will be tougher this year. I think maybe if not December, next year,
right,
January,
right.
or in the school holiday or whenever. And
Okay.
people must just look out for the posters. They will advertise it, and we'll take it from there.
That's great stuff. Dylan, thanks for chatting with us. And yeah, hopefully you get the whistle blowing quite soon, put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dylan.
Thanks, JP.
There we go, folks. Still in November, Western Province Rugby referee. They had their workshop last week, and as you heard him say, just over 30 juniors coming through the ranks, including 7. I think he said 7 or 8 girls coming through the structures. And great to see that we now have grown the referee structures even more. Remember, if you are watching the show and you are from a club, the Western Province Rugby Referee Society has also asked that clubs nominate individuals to become referees. So if you're watching, contribute, get your folks from your club involved as well, and start refereeing like Dylan. There's a little bit of work involved, but if you want to enjoy the game, you've got to put in the hard work. We'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll carry on taking a look at what's happening with World Club Rugby. Back in a sec.